There is something magical when love blossoms between two people who initially appear so professional, calm, and unreadable. But behind every seemingly casual glance and smile, there is sometimes a deep feeling hidden. And that is what the public often senses when they see the interaction between Bai Jingting and Zhang Ruonan. In every project, interview, and behind-the-scenes moment, the two exude an aura that is difficult to describe. But now, it seems that Bai Jingting can no longer hide his feelings. He unconsciously shows his true love, especially when jealousy arises. A video clip shows Zhang Ruonan talking to her male co-star on the set of her latest filming location. The conversation seems normal, lighthearted, and professional. But what has fans in an uproar is Bai Jingting's expression as captured by the camera when he sees the two of them. His gaze is blank for a moment, then turns serious, as if he is hiding feelings he doesn't want to show anyone. But as always, the camera never lies. Fans immediately realize it. Bai Jingting is jealous. There were no harsh words, no impulsive actions. Quite the opposite. Bai Jingting chose to remain silent, but his silence spoke louder than 1,000 words. When Zhang Ruonan turned and smiled at him, that smile seemed to melt all the stiffness on his face. Instantly, that sharp gaze turned soft and warm. It was as if with one glance, Zhang Ruonan was able to calm his heart. And that's where the public saw something bigger than just coworker chemistry. Is Bai Jingting really in love with her? The question echoed across social media. Many fans began collecting snippets of their moments from various occasions, interactions at promotional events, live broadcasts, and even backstage moments. And the more they searched, the clearer it became that Bai Jingting always paid attention to Zhang Ruonan in a different way. There was one moment that became a big talking point. When a reporter asked Bai Jingting, "What do you want most right now?" He replied with a sentence that seemed simple but was full of meaning. "I just want someone who can calm me down, even when I'm not doing well." Fans immediately shouted in the comments section, "That must be about Zhang Ruonan." Because if you pay attention, on many occasions, only Zhang Ruonan can make Bai Jingting smile even in tense moments. Bai Jingting is not the type of celebrity who easily opens up about his feelings. He is known to be calm, rational, and sometimes even too cautious. But in front of Zhang Ruonan, that side of him seems to fade away. He becomes warmer, more expressive, even more protective. When Zhang Ruonan appeared in an elegant dress at an award show, Bai Jingting seemed mesmerized for a few seconds before quickly looking away. But his expression at that moment, between admiration and awkwardness, was enough to make the entire fandom explode with enthusiasm. Fans began to attribute all of this to their chemistry in their joint project. In the drama they starred in, their romantic scenes felt so real, not just acting. When Bai Jingting looked into Zhang Ruonan's eyes, there was a depth of emotion that was difficult to fake. Many said that the way he treated Zhang on camera was not much different from the way he treated her in real life. In a behind-the-scenes interview, when Zhang Ruonan was joking around with the male crew members, Bai Jingting, who was sitting nearby, seemed a little tense. But when the crew left, Zhang looked at Bai and said with a small laugh, "You're mad, aren't you?" And what made everyone fall silent was his answer, "I'm not mad. I just don't like seeing you laugh like that at other people." It might sound like a light-hearted remark, but for anyone who has ever felt love, those words were heavy and honest. A hidden confession, spoken from the heart without needing to be rehearsed. Both of them then laughed softly, but the atmosphere in the room had changed. No one dared to speak further. Everyone knew they had just witnessed something genuine. A moment when the line between professionalism and real feelings blurred into a thin line that could melt anyone's heart who saw it. Bai Jingting no longer tried to hide his attention toward Zhang Ruonan. At every public event, his expression couldn't hide the fact that his eyes were always searching for Zhang among the crowd. At one promotional event, when reporters asked them to stand apart so that all the actors could fit in one frame, Bai seemed a little nervous. He glanced at Zhang Ruonan several times, making sure she was okay among the crowd. And when the photo session ended, his first step was not towards the director or other colleagues, but straight to Zhang. He naturally asked, "Are you tired? Do you want some water?" A simple sentence that made fans scream hysterically in the comments section. Not only in front of the camera, the change was also evident behind the scenes. Many staff members revealed how Bai Jingting was now more often around Zhang Ruonan. He didn't hesitate to help carry small items, even occasionally bending down to carefully adjust the microphone on Zhang's clothes. Everything is done without words, without small talk, but with such obvious warmth. One crew member said in an anonymous interview, he, Bai Jingting, is not only caring, he pays attention to her like someone who is afraid of losing her. The sentence immediately went viral on social media and made their names trending topics again for days. Even more touching, Bai Jingting now seems much more cheerful whenever he interacts with Zhang. Fans who pay attention to his body language realize that his smile only truly appears when he is with the actress. When they sit side by side, the atmosphere feels more lively, Bai laughs more freely, and Zhang seems calmer. They seem to create a small space where only the two of them exist, oblivious to the hustle and bustle around them. The aura is too sincere to ignore, too natural to be called just co-workers. Now, every time they appear together, the public no longer sees two movie stars. They see two hearts getting to know each other, protecting each other, and slowly falling in love. Now the public no longer asks, are they together? But rather, when will they admit it? Because every glance, every small touch, every way they look at each other in the crowd, all of it speaks much louder than the words, I love you. And perhaps, for Bai Jingting, that is what he wants. Not a grand, dramatic love, but a quiet love, one that comes without force, growing from understanding and honesty. A love that emerges when he realizes how precious someone is when jealousy arrives uninvited. His jealousy isn't a sign of weakness, but proof of deep love. And Zhang Ruonan, with her gentle grace, seems to have fully understood that. The world may still be waiting for their official acknowledgement, but the hearts of their fans already know. Love is real, and Bai Jingting can no longer hide it. Because sometimes, true love doesn't need to be spoken in words. Just one glance that can't be hidden.